Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily, here to talk to you about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, today, as mentioned yesterday, we're talking about Digimon Tri Future. It is the third Digimon movie in the Digimon Adventure Tri series. It's called, I just mentioned it, it's called Future. And yeah, there are 3 movies. So if you didn't watch the other 2 movies, go watch the other 2 movies, go watch the third movies. Come back here because I'm going to be talking about some really spoilerific stuff. They're all on Crunchyroll or any other streaming anime site that you might use, but go watch them. They're broken down into 25 different episodes. It's basically an afternoon. It's an afternoon worth of stuff, or a whole day worth of stuff, depending on how fast you watch stuff, but you can do it in a day and a half, really, if you're going slow. So, let's get into that. If you don't want to watch into all the other, if you don't want to watch the movies, if you don't want to go watch the movies, or maybe you just want to get like a breakdown to see if you do want to watch them, I did do 2 other previous Digimon videos in this channel. So you can definitely search through them. They're called parts 1 and 2. This one I'll probably call part 3, even though it's way later than the other 2. But, yeah, watch it. It's good stuff. Why aren't you watching it right now? Or don't. I'm not your mother. You can stick around with me. We'll talk about the spoilers. We'll talk about the movies, my thoughts, what I thought about it. So, overall feeling about the Digimon Tri series is that I really liked it. I like the callback to the original Digidestin. I like the fact that it's basically their lives, plus new teenage dramas. I like the new villain, even though he's super creepy. Or, like, well, I should say the guy who's doing the things for the main antagonist. The main antagonist is called Yggdrasil. And you never see Yggdrasil at all, you just kind of see its will being imposed. So, yeah, there's that. On the flip side of that, you have Homeostasis, who wants to just maintain the balance of the world. So not necessarily a good guy, not necessarily a bad guy, just somebody who wants to keep the balance and will do that by any means necessary. So, here we go, getting into the whole thing. I think it's well animated. I like the character designs. I like even like the updated art styles. We're gonna totally ignore that train. Like, I don't know if you can hear it. If you can't hear it, I can hear it. It annoys me. But I've already re-recorded this video like 5 times because of this stuff, including my own mistakes. So we're just gonna power through. Anyway, so I like the character designs, the animation, said all of that. I like the story, even though it's a little ambiguous about why things happen the way that they do. For example, we start out at the ending of the second movie. That's how the third movie opens, because of course it does. It's got to recap a little bit. And Mekumamon has fused with Gatomon, at least one of Gatomon's final digital evolutions. Gatomon has 2 digital evolution lines. We do see them both in this movie. But it gets fused with Mekumamon's powered up form and basically becomes the destruction of Yggdrasil. It has its own name that I can't pronounce. So there you go. It was a fleeting thing. So the digital world attacks the living world. Basically, Yggdrasil attacks and attacks using this new infused Digimon that things can't even be around it. It starts turning to code and breaking down. And basically that's the will of Yggdrasil, is to replace the real world with the digital world. Which is kind of interesting. I mean, it's a really roundabout way to go about it, but okay, it's interesting. So the Digidestin -1 Taichi, because Taichi has fallen into a crevasse along with his teacher and is presumed dead, but hopefully not. It's sort of like that. Well, we kind of hope he's not dead, but we're really, really willing to just kind of cry later about it if that's the case. Kari is really, really just shocked by the possible death of her brother and passes out, and maybe even possibly she gets sick and stressed because of it, more or less. Not even possibly, it just happens. Probably the loss of Gatomon too. But don't worry, she'll be back for the end of this. I'm kind of in the middle too. So the other Digidestined, minus Takaru and Kari and Taichi for various reasons, Takaru is taken care of Kari while she's not feeling well because now somebody has to. And so they're like, we have to stop. I think the creature's name is Ophiliamon. I want to say that's what it is. I could be totally wrong. Please forgive me. Anyway, so they send their Digimon after this giant abomination of a creature. And it does not go well at all. They get smacked down super fast, like one hit, depowered. It's not good. So I don't know what to say. What I do kind of like about this movie, kind of getting more into the whole like overall thing, is that the events actually take place over a couple hours rather than like a week or so. It all feels kind of like it's playing in real time because we don't have like day overlaps, etc. Like the next morning. No, this is all happening now and needs to be settled. And so I do appreciate that. I thought that was really. I thought that was good. I thought that was a good change of pace, more or less, and I liked it. So there you go. Yep. So they're trying to think of what they can do when Hackmon shows up. If you remember from my other videos, Hackmon is actually Jacemon's base form. He's the will of homeostasis. We talked about homeostasis, I believe. Maybe we talked about that in another one of these things I recorded. I want to say we talked about them both. Yeah. So, talked about Yggdrasil. We talked about homeostasis. So, okay. That's the problem with having to re-record, is I forget what I talk about. Not important. Kind of important. Not important. So, Hackmon shows up, and he's got a plan. He wants May to try to drag Opheliumon to a water area, away from the city where it can do a lot of destruction, while homeostasis restarts the technology of the world. And Koshiro's like, that's a terrible idea. You can't restart the technology of the world. We depend on the technology, for like planes, medical, just all the stuff in the world really needs the technology the way we have it now. And if you reset everything, it's gonna fuck things up. And so Hackmon's like, well, homeostasis doesn't care because this is shit. If you don't stop this, then we've got no choice but to do this because the Earth won't survive, and it's important to save the Earth. So, on the one hand, I see both points. Ooh, it's 4 o'clock. Okay. So, Koshiro goes to try to figure out some other thing while the rest of the Digidestined, minus Takaru, minus Akari, minus Kari, minus Taichi, to figure out what to do, how to stop this. They do lead this destruction Digimon to a big body of water. They try to fight it, try to keep people safe from its attacks, and it just goes badly from start to finish. Like, you think they're going to get a really good upper hand, and it looks like they're doing good, and it looks like maybe even May can, break through to Mykomamon to talk, but she can't, and they fail. They fail miserably. I mean, at the start. Like, their Digimon are too weak to even go into their final forms, and it's bad. It's really bad. Sorry, itchy nose. So, they're getting totally wrecked. Meanwhile, in the digital world, of course, we find out what actually happened to Daisuke and the rest of the Season 2 Digidestined, because Tai actually wakes up where they're being held in the digital world. His teacher, who tried to save him, has taken a lot of damage and is bleeding out. And there are certain circumstances which leads to the fact that TK gets put into a pod. Sorry, not TK. Taichi gets put into a pod and sent back to the real world. Daisuke and the others do as well, and their teacher dies in the digital world. He bleeds out. It's your job now to secure the future. we're sorry that we did this. I knew what was happening and I should have put a stop to it long before this. And I am sorry. It's really sad. It kind of made me tear up a little bit, but not quite. We'll talk about why I really cried. I cried. So, Kai gets back to the main world, the real world. Meanwhile, Kari's having visions and dreams of Gatomon, who's like, hey, I'm here, don't worry about me. My Kumamon is one that's really suffering, she's in a lot of pain, and this is very scary for her. And as her friend, I want to stop this. And so, yeah. So, Kari wakes up. Boom. They go and they discover that the light is inside Mekumamon. They tell Koshiro that, and Koshiro's like, wait a minute, let me check all this. Computer stuff goes on Koshiro, and he figures out that all the digital information, sorry, there is a mosquito and it's hovering. All the digital information for the digital world is stuck inside Mekumamon. That's why she's so strong, and why she still had her memories even after the restart of the digital world. And so they unlock the memories that she has with May, and it still doesn't work out. It doesn't. They get back Gatomon, but Yggdrasil is just not done with Mekumamon and keeps that empowered form going by using the dark Digimon that's summoned to keep it fueled. And it's really bad. It's really sad. And Taichi shows up, and he's like, we've got to finish this. I don't want to make this decision, but we have to save the world. That has to come first. And so, yeah, they all fight. And they all the Digimon get their memories back, which I really liked. That was really good. Because, they were fighting basically without them. And so, yeah. That was a thing. And so they all get to their final evolutions. Metal Garurumon, War Greymon fuse into Omnimon. The other Digimon empower Omnimon's form, and they strike Mekumamon down. And then we get a vision from Mei, who sees Mekumamon not as a monster, but as her base, little Digimon form, and she says goodbye. And it's really fucking sad. Like, I'm trying not to cry right now. It's just like, she's like, thank you very much, they kind of explain, like, the stuff. Lots of stuff. Like, I'm trying not to cry. It kind of goes into, what that means. It was like the first words that my Kumamon learned in Japanese was, thank you very much. And she fades away as empowered Omnimon strike cuts her in half. And it's very sad. It's very touching. And then we get basically into the politics of what happens later. The world's still like, oh, Digimon are bad. Meanwhile, the Digimon stay with the Digidestin, and the will of Yggdrasil, that guy who looks like Jedi, is basically like, alright, so what am I going to do next? So it's left kind of open-ended, and I guess, I like that and I don't like that. I would really just like the series to kind of like have a good, strong finale. But, yeah, it doesn't, more or less. So, I don't know. I'd like to think that maybe they will do another movie and maybe Mekumamon will, be waiting in the digital world for them. I don't think that's going to happen. But, yeah, overall, I like the movie. The whole thing I'll give a 7.5 out of 10 because it could have done a little better. It could have explained a little more about why certain things are happening the way they were. And, yeah. And also it made me cry. It made me cry a lot. I cried over a lot of Digimon. And I guess that helps improve its score to like a 7.5. Or unless I already gave it. Anyway, maybe it's just an 8. It's an 8 out of 10. And I would totally suggest it. And so go watch it. Go watch it. It's good. Anyway, I'm not going to yell at you. So, that's the end of this video. What are we going to talk about next time? but we'll have something. X-Men Red. X-Men Red. We'll talk about X-Men Red. There are 4 issues out currently, and we'll get into that. It's actually pretty interesting. I like Jean Grey's team. I like who's on it, so we'll get into those dynamics. Or maybe we'll talk about Rogue and Gambit, but probably X-Men Red. Anyway, I'm Fire Princess Lily, and until next time, love comics, love cartoons, and I'll see you then. Bye!